Now let's return to our stories from the United States. We now cross live to the United States, where we are joined by our Rise U.S. correspondent, Eric Ham. Eric, good day and welcome to the show. So is the pressure really on for Kevin McCarthy?
Oh, no doubt the pressure is on. Look, to be clear, and so our viewers understand, we're talking about the Speaker of the House of Representatives. This is one of the most powerful positions in all of Washington. And the reason for that is not only because whoever controls the gavel controls the House of Representatives, but the Speaker of the House is actually the third in line of succession to the President of the United States, behind the Vice President. So this is a position that calls for an enormous amount of responsibility as well as an enormous amount of power. This person sets the agenda for Congress. They also set the agenda for the direction and the vision of the United States. The Speaker of the House invites world leaders as well as the President of the United States to provide the annual State of the Union address. And also they also set who will be the chairs of the committees that control the House of Representatives. And right now, today, it looks as though we could see a floor fight, which would be the first time we have seen something like this in 100 years. And as it stands right now, Kevin McCarthy does not have the votes to become the Speaker. Now, just to walk our viewers through what is going to happen this afternoon, to gavel in the House of the session, we're going to see a quorum call just to announce that all of them that enough members are there for a quorum to be held for the session to officially open. We will then see the Pledge of Allegiance, and right after that, there will begin to be floor speeches and nominations for the Speaker of the House. And as we are told at this hour right now, our sources are telling us Kevin McCarthy does not have the votes to actually become Speaker. There needs to be at least 218 votes, a simple majority of all 435 members of the House of Representatives. And right now, Kevin McCarthy can only afford to lose 4 of those votes, because right now the House is split 222 Republicans versus 212 Democrats. And so he can only afford to lose 4 of those to get to 218. And right now we're told that he simply does not have the numbers. If he does not get the votes on that first ballot nomination, then what happens is it will go to a floor fight where there could be alternatives who will be nominated, and the floor will have to basically continue to vote until they get to that vaulted number of 218 votes. Now, this could open the door for alternative candidates, and it also could open the door to Democrats coming in and partnering with some Republicans to actually name an alternative speaker. We don't know how this is going to play out, but what we know right now, it's looking as though chaos is going to be on the menu for the first session of this new Congress.
Definitely never a dull moment. And this is a big moment for Republicans. Now, whatever happens in this scenario, the Republicans will still have their majority in the House of Representatives. Now, that's looks like it's going to be a thorn in President Biden's side. Can you walk us through some of the dynamics around that?
Yeah, that's right. In fact, we do know that one of the key issues that Kevin McCarthy has conceded to for this session is for there to be this subcommittee of the House Judiciary Committee. The Judiciary Committee is the key committee that actually begins all the investigations into opposing administrations. We know that one of the far-right members of Congress, Jim Jordan, who was actually subpoenaed to provide testimony to the January 6th committee. In fact, there are some who believe that he was integral in helping orchestrate that insurrection. Remember, on the day of the insurrection, it was fellow Republican who is no longer a member of Congress, Liz Cheney, who actually said directly to Jim Jordan, quote, and I'm quoting, "You did this. You caused this insurrection." So she believes that he had something to do with that insurrection. He is going to be in charge of the House Judiciary Committee, and they have created this subcommittee called investigating the weaponization of government, which allows the committee to investigate the Biden administration and go after them in an aggressive fashion. And we are told that they're going to focus on the administration, the family of Joe Biden, particularly his son, Hunter Biden, and also the Department of Homeland Security and its current cabinet member, Alejandro Mayorkas. So we are seeing right now that if in fact there can be a speaker who can gavel in the House of Representatives, if they get past that, we will see a very aggressive Republican Congress go after the Biden administration in a way that we saw several subcommittee hearings take place in the wake of events such as the John Kennedy assassination and other committees that were very aggressive going after opposing administrations.
Now, still talking about the Democrats, Hakeem Jeffries, of course, takes over from Nancy Pelosi as the Democrat leader in the House, and he's the first black leader in Congress. Could we see a change in the direction for the party, or is it business as usual?
Well, what we are seeing right now from Democrats is something very different than what we're seeing on the Republican side. Democrats have all lined up behind Hakeem Jeffries to be the new minority leader. In fact, the former Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, has put her backing behind Hakeem Jeffries as the next leader. And we know that it will be pro forma as the Democratic caucus will unanimously unify behind Hakeem Jeffries as the next leader. In terms of what the direction we will see from Democrats in Congress, we do know that one of the major issues that they want to tackle this year is actually going to be voting rights. Can they get that done? Only time will tell. As we know, Republicans have control, and it's unclear if they're going to support actually moving voting rights legislation. But we do know that that is an issue that is important not only to a Democratic Congress, but also to the Biden administration as well.
Well, it looks like both sides are up for an intense fight. Eric Ham, a Rise US correspondent, thank you so much for your time today.